So in this video I am going to tell you that how we can actually detect any suspicious activities which are happening in our network by use of Wireshark. So as I have been telling you that Wireshark captures each and every packet, and it is a great tool and there are a lot of things you can do with it. I have Wireshark actually installed on my target machine. So for example, I am a person who wants to detect if there is any suspicious activity or any suspicious packets or unwanted packets or traffic is coming into my network. So I have this Wireshark analyzer installed on my Windows machine. So this is the machine I am using. This is the target machine, and I am going to act as target here. So these are all the interfaces I have available here, and this is my attacker machine. So what I am going to do is, the first thing I am going to do is I am going to go to edit, and then I am going to go to preferences, and here protocols, and you can just select ARP from here. So this is ARP, and what you need to do is you need to actually enable detect ARP request storms. So I'm going to tell you what this means is, but you have to just check this option and then press OK. The other thing I am going to do is I am going to select Wi-Fi because I am using WLAN 0 network, WLAN 0 interface, and I am going to run the attacks from WLAN 0 USB adapter. So I am going to select Wi-Fi and I will start a capture here. So it has now started capturing, and the next thing I am going to do is I am going to go to my Kali machine and I am going to type netdiscover-iwlan 0, and the range is 192.168.0.1/24. So what I am doing is I am just trying to find all the devices which are available in the network. This is just a simple network scan I am running, and I press enter, and it has now started to actually detect all the traffic, all the devices which are connected in my network. So it is saying that currently scanning, and it has finished. So I am control C it, and I go here and let's see what we captured. So here you can see that it is telling us that this is a device which has this source, and it is what it is doing is it is broadcasting. It has no destination. It is only asking, it is sending requests to each and every device which is available in the network. The protocol is ARP, and what it is doing is it is telling asking that who has 192.168.209, tell this IP address. Then it is saying the same thing to 210, then 211, then 212. So what this means is we can see that there is a lot of traffic generated, and a single device is actually asking each and every device in the network to tell that who they are actually. So they are asking the question, and that is how we actually found these results. So this is a way we can capture packets, and we can analyze them, and we can go to analyze and expert information, and then what we can find is we can see that there is a warning here which is telling us that ARP packet storm detected. So what this does is this tells that if one device is actually sending a large number of packets, even if it should not be sending those number of packets. So it is telling us that this device actually sent 263 packets, and it was asking for the more information in the network. So now I am going to actually tell you that Wireshark is actually able to detect the ARP poisoning too. So what I am going to do is I am going to go to Kali Linux, and then I am just going to run a simple man in the middle attack. So first of all I am going to start my capture here. I will say continue without saving, and I will start MITM here. So what I am doing is I am trying to change the MAC address and for the router, and we have been talking about this. So MITM has started now, and now we can go here and we can stop the capture, and we go to analyze and then expert information. Let me do that again. Oh, we did not start our capture actually. So I will say continue without saving. I will control C it and then restart it. So it is capturing now, and now if we go to analyze expert information, and we can see that we got a warning. So the warning is saying that duplicate IP address configured. So it is telling that someone has duplicate IP and it is trying to spoof the ARP, and it is telling that duplicate use of 192.168.0.1 detected. This is our router. So someone is trying to ARP spoof or ARP poison our network. So we got the warning with the Wireshark, and we can see that how important and how useful Wireshark is in detecting if something suspicious is happening in our network. Another thing I want to show you is that if we go to command prompt here and I say ARPA, and here you can see that this is my router, and this is the MAC address for the router, which has actually changed because I am running this attack. I am going to stop it. So but the main thing is you can see that there is a dynamic written here, and for the IP addresses here you can see that these values are static. So what this means is that whatever happens in the network, these values are never going to change. Even if I try to run an MITMF attack on this IP address or on this IP address, the MAC addresses are not going to change, because the reason for that is because these are the hard coded values and these are static and they are not going to change. And the reason for this IP address and this MAC address for changing is that it is telling us that it is dynamic. So what dynamic means is that it keeps changing its value. So for example, if you are not using a static IP and whenever you try to connect with the internet with your router, so you will get a dynamic IP. So the dynamic IP means that it is going to change each and every time you connect with the network. So the same thing is happening here. The value is dynamic and it is telling us that it can be changed. So what security measure you can take is, if you are in a small organization or if you are only using a home network and you want it to be very secure and you don't want anyone to be man in the middle of your network and you don't want anyone to capture your packets, so you can hard code these values. We have been talking about that earlier too, that these values can be hard coded and then these will be static too. You can change the type to static in the settings, and then if anyone even try to change the MAC address for the router or for any other devices, they won't be able to, because these values are static. So these are all the security measures you can take, and you can research on your own too, and you can find more ways if you can. It totally depends on you, because this all thing actually depends on working hard, and you need to work very hard to actually find more ways, because the technology is changing each and every day and new attacks are coming, and then new countermeasures are coming, new security protocols are coming, and new encryptions and decryptions and each and everything. So do some research on your own too. That will be all from me, that I am going to tell you about the security and all the attacks. So in the next section we will move to the server attacks, and we will look into